Pope Francis delivered a message of peace yesterday at the Hiroshima Peace Memorial in Japan. Joining me now to share his thoughts is Reverend T.K. Nakagaki, a Buddhist monk. Dr. Nakagaki is a Hiroshima Peace Ambassador. Dr. Nakagaki, welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining us. My first question I want to get to right away is to have you share your thoughts on what Pope Francis said at Hiroshima.
You know, a lot of people came and then, enjoy or, really appreciate his presence, really accepted very nicely. And I thought that his message was really great, that in a sense that he's really talking about disarmament, and also, shaking hand with the weapons is really not the way it should be. Without the weapons, we shake each other, and then we understand each other. That's for me, it's a great message.
Definitely is, and such an important message. I also want to ask, Japan does not have a sizable Catholic community. Why is it so important to hear from the pontiff, especially when it comes to interfaith, in a place that doesn't have a lot of Catholics, but he was so well received when he arrived?
People are familiar with the Catholic, and part of the history, learning the history of Japan, it's always Christian is a really important part of it.
I also want to kind of get you to talk about something that's near and dear to you. Next August marks the 75th anniversary of the nuclear bombings. How important is it for the world to continue to commemorate events like Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Why is that so important?
Nuclear weapons all over the place still. Normally if that's such a devastating experience, then we should stop. But then on the other, the world goes the other way. Like even like United States here, I mean, there's so many weapons. I mean, nuclear weapons we have, and we spend billions of millions of dollars to, make it modernized. And so, it is very important to re-emphasize, we don't need these particular weapons for humanity and for the earth.
How important is it to develop inner peace towards creating world peace, and how can religious faith do that, especially with the trip as such that we're talking about?
Yeah, I think sometimes religion became the source of conflict too, but then that's because of the one religion is better than the others and so forth. But now when we talk about interfaith or all the different religions meet together, then we try to do something together, not instead of fighting together, but rather like cooperating each other for the peace. And that itself is very important. And then the world is getting closer. So we know each other. You can use the airplane, and then you can go anywhere. And so it's just the world is closer. And then all the information that we have, TV and all those, this media too.
That's right.
So everything is getting closer too. So I think it's time to be able to open more and then the dialogue. We are all human beings, and we have different religions develop, and so it's time to have a globally, maybe we should have a conversation or dialogue between the religions.
Reverend T.K. Nakagaki, Hiroshima Peace Ambassador, thank you so much for taking time to share your thoughts.
Thank you so much.
If you're watching Currents News on YouTube, be sure to hit the subscribe button and then click on the bell to get instant updates about all of our newest content, because we are putting your faith in the news.